everyone, Editor Flo here, and I would like to mention that this is part 1 of a couple of more videos covering the Diamond Bluff situation. The reason I proceeded this way is simply due to final exams, and I simply can't balance out the YouTube sphere as well as my personal life. I hope that you understand my decision, and we will be focusing entirely on one topic in each video, and once all videos are out, I'll obviously make a playlist for the entire situation. Now, here are the trigger warnings, and be careful. Throughout the end of December 2023, and as we were about to jump into a new year, we discovered that Diamond Bluff, a very famous gacha TikToker, has done some questionable things, which led to an uproar of viewers and commentators to make active videos for a certain amount of time. After a thorough investigation, I discovered that there was a lot, and that we only scratched the surface of what truly happened with Diamond Bluff. In this video, we will be covering entirely the teddy bear situation, and we will continue onward with other allegations that were made, including grooming allegations. But for now, let's focus on how the teddy bear actually led to Diamond Bluff being investigated by the police. Hello everyone, Flo here, and let's get right into it. But first, let's do a retelling of the events for those who haven't been able to count on the situation. Throughout the entire year of 2023, Diamond Bluff, an Australian 21-year-old, has bonded a friendship with the victim in the situation, who was 13 at the time. Throughout this time, the victim got introduced to Diamond Bluff's server called Happy Family, which had a lot of minors within it between the age of 12 and 16. They both created a little happy family together. All the members were close to one another and will help the other if they were in need. Some of the members of this happy family considered Diamond Bluff as their online mother. Despite at the beginning of feeling a bit uncomfy, Diamond Bluff quickly adopted this role, and since then managed the Happy Family server, as well as having a private conversation with each member individually. Now, keep in mind, this Happy Family server is going to take a lot of importance later on. But this is where the motivations for Diamond Bluff to send the teddy bear becomes a tiny bit vague, as both sides are telling me a story that is contrary to the other, and neither is providing me evidence of such things transpiring. So do take this specific part with a grain of salt. Diamond Bluff told me that she was trying to save a friend in a heat of the moment thing, describing me how the minor in question was threatening to hurt themselves to the point of dying if they didn't have any self-harming tools. And without thinking, she prepared a teddy bear with 3 sharpened blades inside and sent it to the nearest post office. On the other hand, the minor has told me that no such thing has transpired when it comes to Diamond Bluff's story, and she was not dealing with any sort of suicidal thought, but rather some sort of addiction that she was trying to overcome. Now, I'm not sure which addiction she's referring to, but it was most definitely harming towards the minor, and they were trying to overcome that. Afterwards, the rest of the story is quite known, as the teddy bear that was sent in the post office got intercepted by the police, and an investigation started on both sides. And once again, this is where both sides do not match, as they both have a different perspective and provide different evidence regarding it. According to the minor's perspective, it appears that the police is still investigating on the case due to some potential signs of grooming after a cease and desist order against Diamond Bluff has been proceeded. As for Diamond Bluff, while the cease and desist order to not interact with the minor actually does exist, she has received a police warrant so that the police could investigate her devices as well, and reached the conclusion that there was nothing to continue on the investigation. And I have this police warrant right here. According to the Queensland Consolidated Acts of the Criminal Record 1000 899, Section 359b. Unlawful stalking, intimidation, harassment, or abuse is conduct and causes detriment, reasonably arising in all the circumstances to the stalked person or another person. This is what Diamond Bluff has been charged and found guilty of in order to receive that cease and desist order. Now, a lot might wonder, what does detriment mean? Still, according to the Queensland Consolidated Acts, detriment includes the following: apprehension or fear of violence to or against a property, a person, or a stalked person; a serious mental, psychological, or emotional harm; prevention or hindrance from doing an act a person is lawfully entitled to do; and a compulsion to do an act a person is lawfully entitled to abstain from doing. So, to summarize what we just discovered, Diamond Bluff has been investigated by the police due to a police warrant stating that between March 11 and October 27, 2023, Diamond Bluff has committed unlawful stalking, intimidation, harassment, or abuse upon a minor, which led to emotionally and psychologically harm them, which is huge comparing to just calling it stalking. However, I still found some contradicting behaviors compared to that police warrant we received. First of all, normally Diamond Bluff should have this cease and desist still active, and it should have been issued on October 27. However, it has been found that Diamond Bluff has actually tried to contact the minor above that deadline, as you can see here. Also, apparently the minor was aware of the teddy bear's existence and where would the blades be hidden, since Diamond Bluff has explained everything in all details to them, which is weird, but we still do not have the reaction of the minor for that specific information, other than them reacting to Diamond Bluff learning how beautiful is their home. And now we're left with an open question. Did Diamond Bluff actually groomed the minor, or is it still qualified as stalking, harassment, and possible abuse under the law? There is also the question that if this minor got affected because of the entire Happy Family server, does that mean other possible victims can be found inside of that Happy Family server? Were their experience almost similar at this very specific minor that we are not aware of? Maybe, but that's for another day. That will be the end of this very video. I hope that you learned something. Remember to stay safe online and to not trust people with your information that easily. I wish you the best, stay safe, and have a nice day or night, everyone.